Hello and welcome to All for Shooters. We're here at the Swiss P booth at the Enforstac, and I have with me ballistician Paul Bradley, and he will illustrate to us the benefits of the new composite case technology. What can you tell us about this?
Sure thing. So normally a case would of course be all brass. You can see the major difference here is on the head of the case. We've got a steel head section and it's joined together at the bottom there. Why would you want to do that? Well, that is the weakest part of a case in terms of where the pressure goes. Normally you would end up blowing primers out the back end if you tried to run higher pressure weapon systems, higher pressure cases. That's always going to be the weak point of those systems. So this would allow you to run in a modified weapon, higher pressure for higher velocity, and it would also stop primers getting blown out the back end. So if any of the guys have run large frame ARs, especially in like your 6mm, 6.5, one of the big problems in those, if you haven't got an adjustable gas block, or even if you have sometimes, you end up blowing primers out the back end, especially on a hot day. So this, in unmodified weapon systems, would give you that advantage straight away. You get absolute primer retention. You can run full CIP pressure, full SAMI pressure. You get full velocity out of that large frame AR system, and you're never going to blow a primer out again. If you then modify the weapon system and you have something akin to what the SIG weapon system was doing over in the US recent contract, you can run higher velocity, and this is going to keep everything intact. Why would you want to run higher velocity? Well, then you're going to increase your point blank range. We can increase the transonic zone. We can reduce the amount of windage we have to dial in. We're going to reduce the amount of elevation we're going to have to dial in. And we're also going to increase the terminal effect. So if you want an increased armor piercing ability, this is going to give you that as well. So there's a whole gamut of things that the increased velocity does. And the increased velocity is kind of like a holy grail for sniper teams. It's something that the military are all looking at, and it's at the moment not been possible for them to give increased velocity in the weapon system. So we're hoping that this tech is going to allow them all to do that. Unlike some other technologies that are similar on the market, this is going to be widely available, and it's going to be a lot easier for us to manufacture it. So the cost is going to be increased, but not substantially. So it's going to be available to militaries worldwide.
Paul, you mentioned that it's going to be widely available. I suppose that this means that it's going to be available in multiple calibers. Which are the calibers that are going to be benefiting first from this technology?
So the first thing we've got coming out is 7.62 by 51. For obvious reasons, that's got a wide user group behind it. It also makes it quite easy for us to run the testing in various different systems at the moment in modified versions. It will then be out in 5.56, again, for obvious reasons, because of the wide users there. We're then going to bring out probably 6.5 Creedmoor, maybe 6.8, and there's quite a few others that are possibilities, 3.38 for example. But in effect, this technology can be scaled up and scaled down to any caliber. So if a manufacturer for weapons came to us and said, we've got this caliber, we want this technology in, we can offer that. And the same with militaries. If they have a specific caliber that they want it in, if they were buying enough volume, we would make it.
Okay, Paul, thank you so much. And it's been
a pleasure. Thanks, guys. Have a great show.